What's happening, everyone? This is the Rixican Show. I'm Rick Beer, your host, and today we're going to talk to the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. But before we get started, we're going to talk about some random stuff going on in our society, community, and so forth.
Can't forget Wing Wednesday.
We got Wing Wednesday. It's a pound of wings for $12.99.
A whole pound. Not a British pound.
On our inappropriate side, we were talking about if you were Greek and Mexican. Is that a Grexican?
A Grexican.
Grexican? Yeah. What type of taco would you make?
And we decided it was a lamb taco with feta.
Well, that was, Angel.
And we're not talking about her yet.
Ledesma said lamb taco with feta, so I was she had it down. Let's see here. I'm still working on my Moses Lake Sail and Paddle. So we're trying to start a sailing school in Moses Lake. We've got a couple sailboats donated. We're still working on a few others, and we reach out, and of course everybody wants the almighty dollar to buy their stuff. So we're working all the angles we can. But we do have a few opportunities with the community to help us out with that. So we're feeling out our local connections for a moment here. And hopefully we can put something together before, summer season hits and we can have some sailing and boating classes.
Sounds like a lot of fun. It's Berry Construction.
Berry Construction. We're out doing bids. We're just coming out of the slower season.
Saw a couple roof bids on the calendar.
Yeah, a couple roof bids out there. We're just waiting for them to say go. Ready, set, go, because they got to talk to the insurance company because there was that wind thing that came up the other day.
Yeah.
A week or two ago, and so they're busy trying to figure things out. Or it rained, 2-3 weeks ago, and they're like, I didn't know I had a leak. So they're like, come out and take a look at this. So getting ready for the busy season as well.
Heck yeah.
All right. Let's jump into the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. Our guest today is Angel Ledesma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're on the big screen now.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's ask you some questions. What's the history of the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation?
So the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation was founded in 2000 and by a retired airline pilot and his wife. They moved to Moses Lake to retire, and she got cancer, and she passed away within 6 months. And Howard Gallion.
What kind of cancer?
Stomach cancer. And Lois and Howard Gallion. Well, they are namesake. And Howard voluntold her doctor and some other oncologists and cancer survivors to help him form a foundation that would help the Columbia Basin support clients who need to go out of town for treatment. So any way that they can be financially supported. It started out in Moses Lake Cancer Foundation and then swiftly turned into the Columbia Basin, adding Adams County. Yes.
How much cancer treatment is done in Moses Lake? Do they even treat it here, or do everybody have to go?
Yeah, I get treated here.
Yes. So there are some treatment. We have a radiation. We'll talk about that a little later, but we have a new radiation facility.
I've used it twice.
What was that?
I've used it twice personally.
Wonderful. So
that's nice. I didn't have to go out of town to do it.
Yeah, that was a huge addition to this area. They do some chemo at Confluence Health.
Infusions as well too.
Yep, chemo infusions, and now we have radiation. So depending on what your needs are, what the treatment is, and you can get some of your treatment here.
Some of it. I guess, could you put it in a percentile? Is it possible to do that? Say 20% is treatable in Moses Lake. The 80% of cancer patients have to go.
You'd have to talk to somebody with more brains than I have.
I have to go to Seattle at least once a year. So
yeah,
because they did my orthopedic oncology work.
And let me tell you, I can tell you this, that it doesn't matter. We're a small rural town growing, but people will still um, choose to go to treatment out of town. I mean, it just is the way it is. So
I didn't choose to go to Seattle.
you didn't,
Yeah,
you didn't choose to take those long, long trips.
No,
Yeah.
so long.
I don't even like having to go to, Tri-Cities or other places for treatment, but
Yeah.
Thank God for telecommuting too,
it
because
is what it is.
they were going to do a follow-up and I in the wintertime and I'd have to drive all the way over there. I'm like, do you realize I have a mountain I have to drive over?
Yeah.
The snow on it?
And that's the reason Howard, his vision was to support patients who had to do all that driving. And so that's what we're here for. We are homegrown, founded here in Moses Lake. And one of the unique things about us is that we are not tied to one cancer treatment center. So we are not concerned with where you're getting your cancer. We're just going to help you get to wherever you're going.
And they do help.
So this ties into what services do you provide?
So we give out over $14,000 a month in financial support to Adams and Grant County. Do I need to look?
Does anyone that need 14,000 a month? I mean, raise about your hand.
Oh, yes. We give it straight out to the clients. One of the things also that makes us unique, because there's several, is that we want to give it right to the clients. We hand it right to them, and we want to cover things that insurance and it is not going to cover. So gas, grocery, lodging, sometimes the help with lodging, it just depends. But we want to be there for all those things that come up with a cancer diagnosis. And cancer's expensive, which is ridiculous, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Just one of my treatments, Rick, was 60,000 a month.
Hmm.
Yeah, it can be daunting and overwhelming. And what the Cancer Foundation does is we take you from the moment of treatment or one moment of diagnosis through treatment. And so we're holding your hand and we're with you that whole entire time throughout even a year between your checkups. We just want to make sure that you're getting that support you need.
I personally didn't reach out to him until I got really far into it and I wasn't doing very well. And someone reminded me, like, even Angel said, hey, we're here for you. And I was like, oh, I'll call. Finally.
Yeah.
And I finally did.
I know, and I don't know why it took you so long.
I'm a fighter, as you can tell.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
The other services that we provide, we have support group. We now have support group in Spanish and English, and we have it in-house in our office. Our website has all this information. We have wigs, head coverings, prosthetics, all free for the client. We have a meal program that has a wait list, but we try and help people who maybe are going through surgery or a lot of treatment consistently, that they just are lots of travel or just cannot, don't have the energy. So we do a meal program that provides them with healthy bone broth, protein shakes, and we have partners in the community like Crisp and Jay's Teriyaki that feed our clients 2 times a month. So we appreciate all those sponsors and supporters. We also have a yoga program for our clients and their caregivers. We just started that partnership with O2 Yoga downtown. So shout out for them. And we just try and help wherever we can. If there's a need that the client calls us for, if we can't do it, we're going to reach out to other resources and see what we can do for them. And there's a lot of special needs that people have.
It's true. Like they put me in contact with Cancer Can't when there was some stuff I needed help with they couldn't do. Cancer Can't came through.
Yes, that's
They're a great organization.
Thank you for letting me know, because we love to hear that, everybody's getting help wherever they can from multiple organizations that are there just for that reason. So many things.
I had a thought. I was like, "Is this inappropriate to say on the show?" But
Just saying.
just say. So you have you say like group meetings or counselings, and I envisioned like a AA meeting with the candle being like, "I have cancer," and then passing it. But what would those support meetings look like?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked because it's not like that. But so our support groups, we have a program, director that puts these support groups together, and sometimes we'll have speakers. It just depends. The support group will tell us. Sometimes there's a month that they just want to talk and visit with each other. Caregivers are welcome too. It's not just the cancer patient. Also, we have people who come who've lost a loved one to cancer, and they still come. Other times we have different speakers, and just kind of depends. We ask them what they want. Do they want a month where they just, support each other, talk about their journey, or do they want to learn about something new? So we take our direction from them, and it may be like a speaker from other resources, like uh, Love Inc. here in town, or other resources that could be helpful. Trying to think, of course, off the top of my head, I can't think of every one of them.
Well, we can jump into the next question: funding.
Okay.
How do you get paid? How do I get paid?
Yeah. Well,
If you have cancer, yeah. How do you get paid? So where does the funding come from?
Well, we have an amazing team, and because we're a small organization and we don't receive any grants from the federal government, we want to spend our money how we want to spend our money. So we don't go after big government grants. We want to make sure we don't require a lot of information from the client. It's not an overwhelming intake form. If we ask any questions, it's only for, pretty much for reports only, just so we know exactly who we're serving. So we don't really ask a lot of questions.
Is there some documentation that's like proof of cancer at least, or is it like,
yeah,
I have cancer, I need,
yeah, good question.
$1,000 a month,
Yes,
like,
good question.
how do you weed out the fakers like me?
Well, good question. We do require your oncology appointment paperwork. So once you have that, and we get you on a regular schedule, and we do require that paperwork because at the end of the day, of course, if we're ever audited, they're going to know that I'm giving people gas cards and grocery cards that it's legit. So
Yeah.
we do have that. We require that treatment.
So easy screening, verify the facts, and you're good.
And you're good to go. Good to go. But back to funding, we have a wonderful team. Amanda Carpenter is our event person. She's our public relations. She puts on a auction event every year in February called Country Sweethearts. And that is the biggest event and the only event that we have that raises money for our services. This last year, we raised $327,000, and that is what we will use to help this community. Also, I want to shout out to this community because this community is so supportive, and we are funded by local people and businesses like yourself because, Rick, remember, you probably don't remember, but you were involved in one of our live auction items. Remember, do you remember what that's for?
The t-shirts I gave, or what did I get?
Yeah.
I either gave
The
a
bowl.
The mechanical bowl.
Yes, the mechanical bowl. So people and businesses like you help support those events, and in turn help support this community, our neighbors with cancer. So we do a lot of little local grants. We Paul Lozier and the Columbia Basin Foundation out in Ephrata. Walmart has some smaller grants. A lot of the banks have smaller grants. So we do a lot of community grants. Confluence Health has an annual community grant, and they're very generous each year. So we're very resourceful in where we get our support. But I'm telling you, it's local. And that's where that's where we shine because we are homegrown, born and raised. So I did want to bring up, a lot of people think we're funded by maybe the American Cancer Society. They're national, they're great. Let's cure cancer. But we are focused here at the local level. So we don't receive any funding from any national cancer organization.
Very good. Quick little tangent here. So we're broadcasting on several platforms. If you're looking at just my Facebook, all you get is me. But if you're, YouTube, Rumble, is that the ones to do?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we're on Twitter and X and other things, but we do have other platforms if you want to see.
They changed their settings, and I'm trying to figure them out. So
yeah, we took a few months off while Donnie was dealing with cancer. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Let's see here. And I think we've covered all the basics. And it sounds like a simple process, which I like, because I don't like paperwork. Could you imagine going in there and they're like, we need your social security number and,
I have a question.
Passport.
When you're done, Rick.
Oh, go ahead. I was just.
Did you know that if you have issues with your vehicle in Moses Lake, that Brothers Automotive is the best place to go for auto repair? In fact, if needed, and you're even dealing with cancer like myself, where you're just too busy at work, they can come and get your vehicle for you and work on it and return it back when they're done. Brothers Automotive is not only the most affordable, but the most reliable auto repair in Moses Lake. Give them a call today at 761-9744. Again, Brothers Automotive, Moses Lake, 761-9744. Back to you, Rick.
Thank you. Isn't it funny with this ad to come out of nowhere? If you have cancer like me, they can pick up your.
I love it.
It's always wild. It's always a surprise. So can we talk about what some of the, I hate to use the word victim, but what people with cancer, some of the things they struggle with, so that way as people donate or see what you're doing, they can see maybe the why. Because you can talk about housing and food and so forth, but so you have cancer, what is a typical individual dealing with?
Well, I don't have experience with cancer myself, but I have several family members that have gone through it and helped them through it. And then we see it every day in our office. But, we help with, our job is to listen to them and to find out what their needs are. And so right now at this moment, we help financially from date of diagnosis through treatment. We're working in the future for more survivorship programs, which means, hey, I'm done with cancer treatment. Now what next? Because it's not the same. It's a new normal. And so a lot of what we hear is, health and mental health is very, very important. We would love to have a program where they can get, we'd like to have a, cancer counselor, on call for cancer patients. Donnie can probably attest to this. It's even though you're done with treatment, man, it's not done. It's not over.
Cancer is, I actually was done with cancer and was cancer free. And it was confusing at that time because cancer came in, it wrecked my finances and it wrecked everything. And I fought so hard, and then afterwards, now I gotta go to work, and what am I gonna do? And of course, being person of ingenuity, I found a way to get back at it, but not everybody can, and so I can see that there would be a need for some help there in that area. It is. There are nights when I went to bed not sure I was going to wake up the next morning, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that go through the same thing.
Yeah, and you're right. And a lot of people don't handle the treatments. Everybody is different, of course, but at the Cancer Foundation, we would like to take that even further. So we'd like to support you throughout your journey, even post-treatment. And so, not only the financial is so important, and we love doing that, and we're good at that. We just want to take it a step further and help with, your post-treatment too. Just mental health is so important, and caregivers are so important. They are forever changed, and just your mental health, nutrition, just building those survivorship programs, I think, is in our near future. But we listen to what our clients need, and like I said, if we can't provide it for them, we're going to reach out to the resource.
Yeah. Quick little story to pick on Donnie. So, I was doing a remodel last year, and we cut the internet cable, tearing down walls.
I remember that.
And I was like, I know a guy who does, techie stuff, internet, and runs lines and low voltage stuff. So I called Donnie up and said, "Hey, I cut this line. I need a favor." So he comes out, and I mean, he was super skinny. He came out with a helper, and I remember him fumbling with the wires for like 15 minutes, and I was like, it was rough to watch, like to see someone like struggle, to hand what right now would be a simple task, a 4-minute task, was taking him like 20 minutes to do, and I was like, this is rough to watch, because you're like, I got to work. And I'm just coming out of treatments, or you're in treatments, and you're like trying to participate in society. And it was a little bit heartbreaking to watch. Of course, I would never say that to his face. I would probably say,
Yes, you would.
I would say something mean, like, like, why are you being so slow? Like I typically mean. But on the other side, my sensitive side, I don't show to the world. I was like, geez, that's you know, they're I guess I don't know if it's survival mode, or they bring you down to death and bring you back. The cancer treatments, and I don't know. It was just tough to watch. It was like,
They go through a lot, and your body, right, Donnie, is just not the same, and treatment does cause other issues.
yeah, I've noticed that. What other issues have you had, Donnie? Would you like to?
I plead the fifth.
And it's like it's like push a domino. He's like breaking his hip, and like you
Yeah,
become fragile in other areas. Lost a bunch of weight.
yeah.
I was 264. I'm 141 right now.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we try. We also, we just try and do whatever. Like if Donnie's like, hey, I'm struggling with this or this, we'll try and do what we can to get some more help. That's what we're here for. I have to shout out to the ladies in the office. They're all so supportive. One of the biggest services and the most important services that we have is the phone calls. So nobody goes more than 4 to 6 weeks without a phone call every 4 to 6 weeks. And that ensures that we are making that connection. We are talking to them, and we are asking them how they're doing and how to, what do they need? Because there's a lot of people that have cancer that have a really great support system. And then there's others who have absolutely nobody. And so we're there because we don't want anybody to face cancer alone. That's really why we're here. Because that's a journey from what I hear and what I see. That's a tough journey.
So, like I said, I don't know a lot about cancer, but we had my friend's mom. She got breast cancer, and we went to visit her. But it seemed like they're susceptible to getting sick. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you're immune compromised.
She's immune compromised, so it's like basically they like go into isolation. And it's like, you get cancer, you're like, I signed up for the COVID lifestyle, and you go into like isolation, a lot of them. And so,
I can say I chose not to go that path. If my friends are sick, I told them not to come over.
Yeah.
But other than that, you saw I was out and about most of the time. But there were times where you didn't see me for 2-3 weeks. As I got sick, and when I get sick, it takes sometimes longer to get away from and get better.
yeah. So you have like, if like religion's your support group, your family, and then you're like, well, that's a big group. I kind of, they pull away from some social activities. I guess some don't, but I
I
guess,
mean, the treatment is, it makes you weak and it compromises your immune system, so it just depends, on, how you wanna, use your journey. Every journey is
Yeah.
different, every body is different, how it affects everybody, and, but yeah, we see both sides, we see both.
One thing I do want to really, for anyone listening, want to say that just because you have cancer doesn't mean you have to give up. And I've seen that with a lot of people. They just lay over and they stay in bed. I tell you what, I should have died 3 years ago. When I had a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, but I chose to keep fighting, and I'm still here.
It's incredible, Donnie. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think it all goes to, I think that's why the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation is so important, because if we can give you just a little bit of relief in the stress of your journey, if we can give you just a morsel of support and stress relief, then that is less on you because you're already dealing with all of that stuff. And so many things are important. It is support, it is community, it is just having you surrounded by people that love you. And Donnie, I hope that is really what has kept you, going. It's just not only your personal perseverance, but also your support and family and people rooting for you. That's super important. So that's why we're here.
it's kind of deep a little bit.
I know.
You start thinking of
I'm
it.
gonna try and make you cry.
Individual doesn't take much.
I'm super passionate. But it's cancer, guys, and there's so many people that need this support. It's just important. It's important to take care of our community.
Yeah. Do you have like a number of how many clients you typically have per year that you're assisting?
So I can give you, right now what we call active clients, that is, we have over 300 active clients. So that means that not all of them are in the same journey, right? Spot in their journey. So I would say probably 60 to 70% of those 300 are receiving financial services from us in any one month. So that's $14,000 a month, and we do help with lodging if they go out of town for treatment. So about 300, and now we also have clients that sign up for our services that don't need any financial help because we're more than that. You sign up for our services, we're going to wrap our arms around you. We're going to give you, a support group, and you can come to our barbecues. We just want to be a community, want to wrap you around, want you to meet other people, maybe talk to other people that are going through your journey. Maybe you need a wig or hat or bone broth or protein shakes. All that's free. You don't have to be a client for that, but you should check us out because we're more than just financial too. So
I can't believe you said I need a wig.
yeah, well,
You are bold.
you need a wig.
I don't know if that would be appropriate to do some cancer foundation event and like all bald men wear wigs to the event,
Well, that you mentioned a cancer foundation event, so good segue. So I wanted to let everybody know that's listening, if you're a business and you would like to do an event for the Cancer Foundation, we call those third-party events. We love those because we don't have to organize them, but we are the beneficiary. So anytime you want to do an event or support the local Cancer Foundation, we will provide you with volunteers. We will help you. We will support it. And so they're a lot of fun.
I took part in a couple of those. Remember Covenant Church did a couple of them with you?
Yeah.
I helped organize that, and some other with the Columbia Basin Herald. I helped with those too.
Yeah. There's a lot of businesses here in town. Now, even the Big Bend sports and the mostly high school sports, salons in town. Just everybody. I can't mention everybody because really, literally, it is this community that supports us. And so this is a pretty awesome and gracious community.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's fun, and we can all bicker about stuff, but soon you just got you set aside the politics and everything, and people do care, and
Hey, we're all human.
people are generous, you know. I mean, at Rick's here, we do several different events, and it could be, you know, celebration of life. There's different people come in for fundraisers and different things, or they'll use the back room here. And um, there's lots of projects. Personally, we kind of focus on the Thanksgiving thing because we can cook turkeys like nobody's business. I think last year we cooked 50 turkeys.
Oh, that's incredible.
And then, so it's just everyone has like a place where they can give this in some sort of way.
Right. We have the utmost respect. There's a lot of organizations that we love and we resource with all the time. And so if, kids are your jam, or if domestic violence your jam, cancer's your jam, I mean, everybody here in this town, all these nonprofits are amazing. And there's so many ways to help. So we truly have the utmost respect. If that's your jam, then that's your jam. But so we want all these nonprofits, all this community thrive.
Yeah, communities within communities. Yeah, and we have to rise together. And some people, businesses or people that have been blessed financially. Yeah, it's easier for them to be like, oh, I can donate, financially. Other people can donate time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being a small business, I'm like, hey, I got a mechanical bull, or people be like, hey, can you throw some T-shirts and a gift card? So like we're always doing that,
And I do know that businesses get a little bit of, fatigue on that donor side. So
sometimes, some have lessened, and I could see, and I'm fairly available here at Rick's, so I hear probably more than other, but I can see why some business owners are like, I'm in hiding, I'm not here.
Well, that's why you got to pick your thing, right? You pick your thing, and you're like, sorry, this is my thing.
So one thing, like one of them I shy away from, just to be blunt and honest, is like a lot of this, like sports teams and the little club community guys get together, and they're like, hey, we need $500 to sponsor this team. We're going to come eat at your place. And I think I did it once. I was like, you don't eat at my place enough for it to pencil. I'm like, I'm losing money. So I kind of shy away from, if I do this favor for you, then it's just kind of like, if I give it, it's out of the kindness of my heart, like.
Yeah, you gotta pick your thing.
Yeah, pick my thing. But for some of the sports teams, I've kind of shied away from. So it's like, business-wise, it doesn't help, but also anyway, a lot of them want like a larger number, like $500 to sign their whole team up and sponsor this or that. I'm like, geez.
Yeah. There's a lot of ask, a lot of donor fatigue. Town, I imagine.
Yeah. Like you said, you pick your thing, and it's crazy. Cancer. I wonder how many people have cancer and don't know it. Like, like it's starting to grow. How many years till you're like, I noticed I have a problem.
When I found out I was stage 4, so who knows how long I had it before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just no, that's just not my expertise.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's like, I guess we're all trying to figure out what's the biggest contributor to it.
You remember too, like, I was quizzing you and Carrie trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And I was just tired all the time. And, we were thinking low iron. For about 3 weeks, we went back and forth.
Like, are you taking like this or supplement?
Then I came in like, oh, wait, guess what? It was cancer. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's why you're so tired.
Yeah. Like depending where it's at, the symptoms are totally different, right? If you have brain cancer, you're like,
Well, I don't think people understand, like, when she brought up the drinks, the protein drinks. Those things are so helpful. There's times when that's all I can get in my body.
Right.
And believe it or not, it's keeping me alive.
So if you want to donate to Donnie, protein shake,
I'll
is there
take
a
'em.
particular brand you like?
I'm like, come and get some.
The more protein, the better. I buy them regularly, and
140. So
What
Donnie's
kind do
lost
you
a
like?
high protein.
Just anything high protein,
Yeah.
milk-based, plant-based.
I don't really care.
Okay.
As long as you come back up,
All
right?
right, well, you better come to the office. I just want to also mention, like you said, how many people have cancer, but all those that sign up for our, our services, that's not everybody in town has cancer. Some people don't even connect with us. So just imagining how many that we don't even know about have it is it's mind-boggling. So we're just trying to be that peace of mind in a small rural community that loves and cares.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Where can we find you?
So you can find us at 1022 South Pioneer Way, and you can visit our website at Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation.org. You can follow us on Facebook, same name, and just call us anytime for anything. And I do want to say, if you know somebody with cancer, please encourage them to stop by our office. Cancer is a really private thing, and so they can't be made to come into our office. But even if they don't need the financial help, we're there. We're a family, and we want to wrap our arms around you. So even if you don't need financial help, there's a lot of services that you might not even know you need. So encourage them to reach out.
Yeah, for some, I think it's a very private thing. They're like, how many times do people get it and they don't like tell their family right away? I think my mom had like a little skin cancer thing. She went and cut it off, and then it was afterwards the family found out. We're like, what? Why are you withholding that? Like, I just didn't want to bother you guys,
Cancer, very private.
So yeah, so everybody deals with it different, but life is happening.
Yep, it does, and we're here.
And I've noticed in my life where I'm hitting the 50 mark, and I'm noticing I can't do what I used to do, and I'm kind of like I'm having to give up my ego in some areas. I can only imagine, some people are life is happening.
Yeah, I mean, Don probably attest to this, but ego, boy, there's no room for it going through.
Well, the thing is that I'm a little different. I don't let cancer define me.
Good.
And that's one of the things that kept me from going there. And I learned that there's a fine line between letting it define you and asking and needing help.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Thanks for bringing that up. I think the bravest thing that anyone can do, regardless of if it's cancer or not, is asking for help, because once you do, I don't think you'll regret it. I really don't.
Finding out.
Wow. Sure. We have a place in Moses Lake.
Yeah, big enough for my ego. Yeah.
You have a whole show named after.
No, I like how you said it doesn't define you, Donnie. So I broke my back in Iraq, and for several years I was kind of letting that define me. I mean, it's not cancer, but it's still a similar concept. I was like, if you met me, it was like, I'm Rick, I broke my back in Iraq. It was like with me everywhere. And I didn't realize that it was not getting me what I want. It was slowing me down by identifying with my injury that way. And so I transitioned to like almost completely blocking it out that it's even there. I only bring it up just to like share this type of story. And what I'm doing construction, and I'm like, I just, by not identifying with it, it seemed like the pain went down. I was able to do more, and it wasn't stopping me anymore. Yeah, there's some discomfort, or, you'll see me dancing around because, it is what it is, but it shifted and changed my life. by not identifying with that, I can only imagine, you know, what each and every one of us carries, you know,
Oh, yeah.
this excess luggage, and by letting a past incident define me, I'm sure there's others I probably need to let go, but that was a major one for me. Like Donnie says, I don't let it identify me. You know, I'm going to get back out and get back to work, and it was just something, a bump in the road. Is something that happened, an experience, and then I guess let it go if that helps anybody. I don't know.
Can I ask Donnie a question?
Yeah,
Sure.
So, besides your fighter personality, right? Because you got that. What do you think what was the most helpful through your cancer foundation? If you could name one or two things, like, but it's through your cancer foundation, through your cancer journey, like, what was it that helped you get through? I mean, you're a fighter, so that's obvious, right? You're not gonna let anything get you down, you're not gonna let it define you, but what else can you say about
Honestly, my faith.
your faith?
Yeah, and Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and my church wrapping their arms around me
Awesome.
and believing with me as I said. They believed it and said it with me.
That is awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that.
all right. I guess we can wrap the show up
Okay. Hey, I could talk all day long.
all day long.
So, Rick,
Yeah.
why did I come in today?
I'm thinking about my lunch right now. You guys have lunch plans? I'm like
Yeah, you're buying me lunch today.
Thai food, Indian food,
Wings.
Wing Wednesday.
Supposed to eat here.
I eat here all the time. My favorite's the Baja Bowl.
It is awful.
It is, yeah. I'm like,
Rick doesn't know yet, but he's buying me lunch today.
am I?
Mm. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Really
Yeah.
appreciate this. And where can I see this?
One, I texted you a link,
You did?
and two, it's on YouTube, Facebook, and on Rumble.
Okay, awesome.
And the link I sent you was the YouTube link. That's one of our most popular.
Okay. Wonderful. Thanks
Very
for having me.
Yep. Thanks for watching, folks. This is the Rick Sicken Show. Thank you, Angel, for joining us with the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. We are signing out. We'll see you next time.